Hello, hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time, I really don't remember all that much because it's been a while. Let me see, what we do last time? Quests. Inform about the source of doom. Alright, we did the whole sound thing. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, okay, we did the sound thing. I remember what we did. We went and investigated the area with all the noise and with lack of noise, I guess you could say. And we got the new place to sleep, so we don't know. Oh, we also sang karaoke. Harry does have a good singing voice, so we'll give him that. Oh, we got money. Do you mind if we pick this up? I guess not. Thanks. And yeah, I guess we can go to our. Oops, not here. To our place to sleep. Also, we found the body. Yeah, I remember that. We got to investigate the body. Call them first thing in the morning. Call the library first thing in the morning. I guess after all this, I'll also try to talk to the guy holding the bridge open, so we can ask people from the harbor to help bring the body down. Finally, it's been what, 3 days? Tomorrow's gonna be 4 days since the body is strung up there. Yeah, I think we tomorrow we have a lot of things to do, so I guess we do that. Alright. Let's just go to our place. It's over here, so let's go in.
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack with the door and the key.
I'll be sleeping in my room in the whirling. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Thanks. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, what is this? The floorboard creaks under your step. You see waves in the sea, a church. Old science fiction magazines, books about bird watching, and all coming from 39. The intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving you a pleasant warmth. You got the mirror over here.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Leave the mirror for now. What we need?
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
Electrochemistry, alright. Let me see what this is. Oh, we got a jacket. Nice. And what's this?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
You're sharing the right call.
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Alright, in that case, since it's a 50-50 chance,
On the table,
I guess we can take a look.
You see a bowl of water. Your hand trembles as you scratch it.
How much do we get? 10. Ah, we can make it. We need a...
On the table, you see a bowl of water.
How much we need? We need 12. 10. Ah, yeah, we can definitely make that. Like I said, if I want something done, I'll do it.
You see a bowl of water. Like an
There we go.
artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, reducing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Actually, he does look way younger now. Feel your clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right
The
call?
water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional. The beardless nature of your cheeks makes the expression seem even more like a terrifying grimace.
I guess something to do. That's something we have to work on. Next level up, I'm leveling up electrochemistry. Alright, on to bed now.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang. The endless learning experience.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices, the rains, and the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful. Endless visions erase them.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes. Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I'm building communism for all. This time we won't fail, pursue thought.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
That's not what the text says.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Open your eyes. Nice. Nice little talk we had there. Oh, we got more morale out of that.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What's going on?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
I thought the shack was nice and cozy as is. Judging from the state of the ledger, I don't think that's possible. Have you seen my shit recently? I've already got it together.
It's good that your personal business is in order, but we're talking about political matters of world historical import here. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism, but it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
But if I'm part of the coalition authorities, have I been persecuting communists this whole time?
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion?
Probably not.
Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
I don't know if I want to be searching for more
They're
people.
not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them.
Will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder?
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
Yeah, that's not gonna help much. How am I supposed to find them if they're hiding?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
It must be my no, as in my huge and mighty functioning brain.
No, we meant your nose, as in that swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
Ouch. There's so much failure in my life already, I don't know if I can make any more. Okay, what does failure smell like? This is all gonna smell, tell me.
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise, but you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get organized.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinaise. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact.
Okay.
Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. You could also just look for more tangible evidence of communist activity. Images of Krasmazov and white antlers are usually a dead giveaway.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. What will I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists?
You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Isn't that last part kind of counterproductive?
Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
Alright, let's get to it.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
Alright, let's see what we have here. Get yourself organized. Roam the streets and sift out some comrades. Alright, let's see what Kim has to say about my new look. Hey there, Kim.
Yes?
So, I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
What is it? You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the...
He stops.
Either way, good on you. You were
Oh,
saying?
it's gonna be weird. Okay, let's try
The
to smell him.
lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area.
I didn't
just
expect him
above
to actually
his
just sniff
shoulder
him.
blade. He smells like a man, a perfectly normal man. Wait, there's something there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter. The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle. Strange, you're not getting any strong ideological whiffs from the lieutenant.
He's a pretty neutral guy, all things
Do you
considered.
need something, detective?
I was wondering what kind of brand of aftershave you use.
It's nothing fancy, just plain old Tiger Super Special. I do like the way it tingles though. It's the only part of shaving I actually look forward to.
Yeah, shaving can be a bit of a hassle, I get
Was
it.
there something else you wish to discuss?
Nope, that's it. Thanks. Alright, let's go on into the world. And first things first, we need to talk to the lady in the what do we call it? Oh wait, what's this? So seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. Oh my god, I keep forgetting the names. The lady in the bookstore. We need to talk to her first. Then I'm gonna go ahead and try to open the thing, the bridge. Okay, what are you guys doing?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says the young man with this something written on his bag.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
I don't think I've ever seen you guys.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Ah, okay, so it is that F word. Okay, I see.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
And who are the skulls?
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you asked. Of course I do. I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom light's a wretched aggressive.
You know anything about the murder that took place there?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyards of the world in rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Yeah, clearly they're not going to tell anything.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
What does that mean?
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
Like murder or wasting your life away.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Yeah, it's returning from whatever voice he was just visiting.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expect. These guys don't actually believe in the fuck the world type shit. They just want to fit in, it's my guess.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
You see, kids are into hypnotic dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
His blonde friend adds ominously and points to his temple. Why?
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
I just want to talk about music, and now you're on conflict all of a sudden. It's too much. Fred, good, I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too.
You see how
Stay light,
fast?
man.
You see how fast these guys fold when even a hint of authority is used.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Why aren't these more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
The young man exchanges approving nods. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
The other one quickly adds and whispers something to his friend.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
And after the skull read them, what's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket says piss written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
Buddy, that's I don't know how to respond to that.
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all pissed, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
So they're basically pretend nihilists, is what I'm getting from this. Honestly, what this reminds me of is that episode of Smiling Friends, where the nihilists are almost taking over the world, and suddenly the boss shows up with a gun at their head and they just piss themselves. That's the vibe these guys are giving me. Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, The hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
Blow it up.
you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
And in the end, we're gonna make the world a horrible place for everyone.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
I'm feeling like this is like those, how do they call them? The philosophy that basically, those philosophers that don't say anything. They look deep, but they don't really say
I
much.
hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
What the hell? What is, alright, Saber Flare, what is that one? That one is, stick under the nose, stun with a... Alright, let's take a look. Let's see what Kim has to say. Hey, Kim,
Yes?
you think it's a coincidence?
What is?
There are 2 of us in 2 of the... 2 of us in 2 of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one will you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a piss fag or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, just a mental exercise.
If only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the 2 statements.
That works. I feel more like a fuck the world type of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
What's Half-Light? Half-Light is... Let the body to control threaten people. As oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. They're just kids, I'm not gonna threaten them to, give me their jackets. They may look, somewhat, good, but I'm not gonna get the jackets. Alright, you.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Listen, I have something to tell you. I found an actual source of doom.
What do you mean, actual source? I thought this issue was resolved.
My investigation has led me to discover 2mm entropic hole in reality. That's the whole source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez.
A what?
A tiny hole in reality, maybe connected to the Pale, an origin point of sorts. It could explain why historically so many things have ended up in failure here in Martinez.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
You can protect it with hope by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church and place of worship around this thing.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends. No, we can't just leave. Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be all right if I can just find them. Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
See ya. Yeah, I do feel, normally, I do feel like bad for the kid, really. So that's why I didn't want to, encourage her to leave. You can stay. I don't think that thing's gonna grow, big anytime soon. It's gonna take a long time. So for now, I think they're fine. Alright, let's, oh wait, what's this?
There. Do you smell that?
Smell what?
Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness? That sense that the world is in need of dramatic, even violent reordering?
Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
Can you smell it now? No, actually. In fact, you can't smell much of anything. Perhaps your allergies are acting up. Nonsense. The reek of communism is unmistakable, and it's coming from that railing over there.
You mean the banana?
Yes, now's your chance to establish contact.
Okay, I guess it's time to go. I was actually gonna save too, yeah. Let's do a good old save and see what this guy has to say about communism.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Listen, brother, there's something important I need to talk to you about.
What's that, boy? Yeah?
He tilts his head slightly.
Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best to insinuate your way in.
It involves our mutual friend Cross. Put your hands next to your head and curl your fingers into your end lips. That's the most... I'm looking for some people who know how to really grind the sausage, if you know what I mean.
Have you tried a butcher shop? Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Grad.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
What if I'm trying to say I'm looking for a communist? You know any?
Comunistas, huh? Can't say that's where I thought you were heading with this. Not that I'm criticizing. It's good for a man to take his time and think about the whole socio-political world picture.
It's certainly been an interesting development to witness firsthand.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm not hunting communists. I'm trying to get organized by them. I'm on a sort of quest to develop my political potential, and I need their help.
A fellow plains roamer in search of greater understanding. A classic story.
He nods approvingly.
I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
I thought you Union guys were all communists.
Some are, some aren't. It's a big institution, room for all kinds. Comunistas, feminist supremacists, even an anti-institutional boyadero.
There is warmth in his voice when he talks about the Union. Whatever his personal politics, this is his home. All right, so if he isn't personally a communist, he's definitely hanging out with them.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy.
What's an ideologo?
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
How'd you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the harbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Saramirizian style. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
Sounds like he was trying to recruit you into the homosexual underground. What did you tell him?
The same thing I always tell people who try to press some claim on me. I said, every boyadero rides alone.
Okay, how do I find this
I
guy?
couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais." And then he was gone.
Who are those people?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers.
What does you think this?
Been
What do you think it
wondering
means?
about that myself. Some comunista inside talk could be. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing. You'd have to ask someone who knows the ideologo personally. I have to say though, it sounds like you found yourselves a proper hunt.
The man whispers a jaunty tune, a coastal breed.
Alright. We got some, find more about this guy. Alright, but before that, we gotta... I forget, before we talk to this guy over here. I wanna... how do you say it? Do the, talk to the policewoman over here on the radio. So I can get the, info on stuff.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a
Pick the radio.
Precinct 57, how may I...
Anything about the owner?
Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I know it must be frustrating. Was there anything else...
10-4, come in.
I'm happy to report that I found my badge, Jules.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
That's all.
Roger that.
Yep, alright, we at least got the message sent. Alright, I'm actually kind of nervous about this. Let's see if we can get this door open. We have to get that damn body out of this. Alright, let's save. And let's hope we don't die. A lot of women here.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. Say nothing, size him
Are
up.
you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath the skin. Let's you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
Alcohol, okay. His face confers in disgust as if he's smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Tim, is it really that bad?
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Yeah, right, I'm an alcoholic and I need that dead body to no longer be in a tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
That fat racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup.
Oh, you're one of those.
The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
You're doing evolutionary theory. I think that's what it's called, right? The one where you measure the skulls to see which one is the master race, in quotations, right?
You gave the world eugenics,
Ugh.
electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy,
It is race theory, yeah.
theory, and statecraft.
Not evolutionary. Race theory, that's the name of the thing.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Push him out of the way. You're right about this. No, I need to help get that corpse down from the tree. It was your people that put the dead body up there. Your people should help me getting it down. Come on, I just need to move around 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
Let's try this one.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Uh-huh.
Bring your troops to the Seminole Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahet's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't I mean I become somebody supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Advanced racist? I'm not doing that. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still served him. How does that factor in your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Communism's pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I've gotten it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race.
Oh my god.
But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Brother, you're not playing Civilization. That's not how it works. Okay, I'll ask, who are the Seminoles?
The South Island race. Haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revenshaw?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of
Okay.
Luir are with me.
I see what you're doing.
Dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
But you are not even from a native.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
So you're not really Seminoles, you're from Revenshaw.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world.
I'm sure it will.
You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. And never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be
That'll be our lucky racist. What do you know? How do you know there'll be a next? How do you know there will be a next racist? That will be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Do you know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Put this into the trash lately?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Alright. Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders.
Uh-huh.
Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
But you're all part of the Union.
The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the Union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonese. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
But there's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
The woman with the we were investigating from the drug trade. What do you mean?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
Lieutenant takes a quick note. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
His gestures towards the lorry man down the street.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Hul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was a Sur-la-Clef, and the other a Vesper.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Hul. That is the only reason you are here.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
His gaze wanders over to the whirling roof on the yard.
Try the jump. Up there on the roof. It will be worth it. Else there is little choice but to figure out a way to deal with the man.
Alright. Fine, I guess we got to go into the... try to jump, I guess. I don't want to conceptualize being a racist. That would be kind of bad. Guess we'll have to get ourselves in danger to get there. Alright, let's go. Are the kids still here throwing rocks at the guy? Yeah, they are. Let's see, do we have any other stuff to analyze here?
What do you see?
Nothing, okay. Actually, let me take a look at the map. Backyard wall. Set of tracks. Can I not I guess I could
What do
try
you
and take
see?
a look.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy boy. The one with his front... Yes, well, I could still be wrong. 200?
He might be right. 200...
Probably yes. Is there anything else that's noteworthy here?
Aberration.
Interesting.
Oh, this one.
With a
A
piece
driver.
of sand, which means that the missing lady... This looks like proof the missing 8th person at the lynching was Ruby. You're right. But we should still go and see...
How old are
It
these?
is not.
As I said,
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures.
what do I think? Then, after...
Indeed.
But we know the victim had a bullet in his head. A more
Surreal,
precise
like a-
way to put it is, it was made to look like a lynching.
Like the coalition official said, surreal, like a play.
Exactly. They had to perform it to whoever was looking. The whole neighborhood, I suppose. And us, too.
Okay. Alright, let's try it one more time. Hopefully we get it. Again, I'm gonna save. And let's take a look.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Oh, we did it. Nice.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Oh man, that was a close one. Close your eyes, let your senses take the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
Continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive. Alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My
No.
climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
He was so excited for us.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Give me that.
Yes?
Nothing, okay. Take a look at the clothes, though. This gives me more logic. This gives me Inland Empire. This gives me drama. Shivers, rhetoric. What does this one give me? Drama, electrochemistry. For now, let's put this on. There we go. This gives me more drama, and this one gives me more conceptualization, but less suggestion. Let me see. Anything else? Physical instrument. Pain threshold, empathy. Alright, we guess we're good like this for now.
Yes?
Nothing else. Alright, we got into the harbor. Nice. Collecting rainwater. Alright, let's see. Let me save, honestly. That was pretty good. Let's see what's in here. Maybe it's a shortcut. Oh, it's a weird thing. What is this? The radio is emitting a strange buzzing sound. Take the postcard. Oh, it's a book. It's an interactive bowl.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why Fritzl?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Flip through the page to see what catches
To
your
your
eye.
disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Yeah, I think I found a communist magazine.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
All right, international developments.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine.
What's this one?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. Why they decided to title this one section Invalda is beyond you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
All right.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Read the profile of CS.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Just a moment, what's this Tip Top Tournée?
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll.
Alright, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colourful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Oh, wait, why aren't they real names?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
What's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Right, but then you can get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
I mean, not really. I do like watching the occasional race and stuff like that with no crashes, really. I think it's exciting, honestly.
At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
No, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing. Yeah, I do like it for the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave. It's the stilted language and overconfident tone that's the real giveaway here. You're almost certainly reading a recycled university essay, one that could probably use some edits.
Can't believe someone actually published this other tribe. Guess never thought about that much. Take out your pen. I'm just gonna make a few quick changes.
Armed with Lena's friendly green ape pen, you spend entirely too much time writing constructive feedback in the margins of the page. By the time you're finished, the original article is nearly illegible.
You know, most people would just write a letter to the editor. Or even better, just leave it be.
Kim, you wouldn't believe how badly written some of these articles are. Kim, this article says no one's really watching Tip Top Turnip for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
I mean, wouldn't it be better if everyone, labor and capital, would reach some reasonable accommodation?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition. Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
Hold on, what's this about the coalition?
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it already, honestly. You flip back to the front.
Alright, put it away.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, where is the Kingdom of Consciousness?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about these circumstances?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly.
Yeah, humans do not like change at all. You gotta introduce the things slowly, over time, to change their minds, not in the snap of a finger. People don't like that at all.
That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk, tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality? What sang-froid? What benevolence?
Wait, the Kingdom of Conscience is really about doing things, just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Yes.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Okay, but what's the Kingdom of the Consciousness actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Sounds incredible. LOE. Let's go there right
Slow
now.
down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Alright, let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Alright, I guess we got something else to do when we level up. Offices, alright. Some drawers seem
On
to be locked.
second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself through the folders.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, to-do note with a list of errands for Everett.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, all items on the list. The
All right.
drawer slide.
And this is a coffee machine. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark look in the pot. Seems almost sentient. We got another postcard. Let me see what's in here. The bathroom. Sunglasses. Nice. And we got more magnesium. Awesome. Take a look at this. Dewey typewriter model. Name is on the back. Every worker, member of the board is written on one of the flyers. At the bottom is the Union logo, Demand Democracy. The door is locked. You cannot open it from this side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the Union leader. Oh, there's a phone here. Alright, before we end for today, let's see what's on the phone.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Alright, never mind. I guess
The
we can...
already familiar code.
No, I want to go outside. I guess we really have to talk to the guy next. Alright, that's gonna be it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for... oh yeah, we still have this one, clearing the rooms. We got 3 more things. Let me just check over here, see if we don't have anything else we need to do. Got this, and this, alright. And that's gonna be it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more Disco Elysium. Ciao.